The secret wee, the greatest experience for a human being. Yeah, I think I might cool down, hit the ocean. You go in like that, wait till the waters are about here. I'm gonna have a secret wee now. And you just do quite a serious face. Everyone knows what you're doing. You having a secret wee? No, of course I'm not. Little Greek man on the beach collecting shells going, I know you're having a secret wee, it's obvious. So I couldn't go, and I'd been stung, I didn't know what to do, but the jellyfish took pity on me, and he said, look, I understand, you're in a bit of a dilemma, don't worry, I'll wee on you. I'll go for you. And I thought that was quite a beautiful bond between man and nature. So I went back to the island later on and I was boasting about it. I said, it's amazing, I bonded with a jellyfish, yeah? He weed on me. And the local fisherman went, not that jellyfish. He's not even poisonous. He's just a pervert. He just likes weeing on people. But, you know, he saved my life. So we keep in touch. And I write him postcards and he sends me urine samples through the post. He sent me a coffee table, actually. He wanted me to get under it, and he was going to shit on top. No, I mean, I drew the line. When I was a little kid, I was obsessed with a rock band, Kiss. Are there any Kiss fans in? Well, I mean, my mum and dad were into the band, and I used to look at all the albums, and I could not believe that they existed. I was like, wow, they're like superheroes, but they've got like the black and white makeup. I mean, I was pretty young, but I was just like, I was obsessed with them, yeah? And then this really freaked me out. I was like 6 years old, and my mum and dad said, you know that band you're obsessed with, Kiss? They're coming to London, and they're doing a show, and you can go. And it just blew my mind. I was like, oh my God. And then it got better. My mum said, do you know what? People dress up as the band at the gigs. If you want, you can pick your favourite member of Kiss and you can dress up as them. I just went, this is the fucking best thing that's ever happened to me. Imagine, 6 years old, right? So I dressed up as Gene Simmons, and my nan, the weird thing was my nan was a costume designer, my grandma. And she made the best Gene Simmons costume that you've ever seen in your life. I was identical to Gene. I was this big, I was 6 years old, but I was exactly the same, right? So like a little miniature Gene Simmons, it was amazing. And I went to the gig and I really enjoyed it. And then as we were leaving the gig, Kiss's tour manager caught sight of me, a tiny miniature Gene, and he came over and he just said, oh my God, this is amazing. You have to come backstage and meet Gene. He is going to get such a kick out of this. It's so brilliant, your costume and you're tiny. And so I went off with the tour manager. My mum and dad let me go. Obviously it was the 70s and we weren't as worried about paedophiles in that day and age. In hindsight, we were wrong. But basically, we went down a long corridor and I sort of held the tour manager's hand like that, and we got to like Gene Simmons' his dressing room door, and his name was on the door, and he said, I'll tell you what would be really cool. If you go into the dressing room, right, just knock on the door and go in. I won't come with you. And just Gene will be in there and he'll absolutely, imagine that. Imagine his face as you just come in, a miniature Gene. So I said, okay. So like he knocked on the door, unlocked it for me, and I went in like that, and I went in and he wasn't there. I didn't really know what to do. I was 6, so I just sort of stood there like that, sort of for ages. And I sort of looked over and the window was open, sort of stared out the window. I was just standing there. Suddenly, the rest of the band came in, looked down at me. Saw that the window was open and it was raining, and I think they just thought that Gene Simmons had shrunk. It was pretty good though, actually. They took me on tour, and what we did is I would stand right at the front and the rest of the band would all be at the back to get the perspective right. Oh, they were fabulous times. Anyway, Montreal, you got a great night tonight. You've been a wonderful audience. I'll see you again. Thank you. Cheers. Bye.
Noel Fielding!
to do. I wasn't sure. I kept changing my mind, and so in the end I had to settle on something. But once your first proper joke gets a laugh, then it's okay. I did a joke about me and my partner in the bath, and that went okay, and then I was in, and I really enjoyed the jellyfish thing, and I wasn't sure. I had a story about Jimi Hendrix and my nan, or I didn't know whether to do that or the Kiss story, and I took a gamble and did the Kiss story, but I think it paid off because it's quite a long story and then a big punchline at the end, so yeah, it felt good, but I really wanted to stay on. I felt like I was just warming up, and I would like to have done an hour on that stage. It would have been amazing. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Next time an hour.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I just won't come off next time.